Hello students, today's topic is heterogeneous mixture. In my last video we have discussed about homogeneous mixture and its types. In today's lecture I will explain you about heterogeneous mixture and its types. Let us discuss. Heterogeneous mixtures, as we have learned, that they are a type of mixture which have a different composition throughout the mixture. It is not having a uniform composition. How? Let us check in some examples. As you have seen that fruit salads, pizza, milk cereals, oil, water combination, sand and water, vegetable soup, this all contains some mixture uh, which is mixed in such a way that you can easily identify that what has been mixed in the solution. Suppose if you just pour this milk in this container, and this container, if you are having if you are adding some vegetables or any fruits, if you are making fruit soup, so that will be easily identified by naked eyes only that something has been mixed in it. So such type of mixture in which you can easily identify what is mixed in the solution, then that will be characterized as heterogeneous mixture. These are of two types. First is suspension and second one is colloid. Let's discuss what is suspension. Suspension is generally a type of solution in which you can see that a solid does not dissolve in the liquid and it remains undissolved and gets suspended at the bottom of the test tube. As you can see clearly that this is a test tube containing a clear crystal solution, that is known as a solution, pure solution. But in case of this test tube, you can see that the solute which is dissolved in this solvent is not getting dissolved, and after some time it will get suspended at the bottom of the test tube. In this, you can easily identify that by your naked eyes only that this solute is remain undissolved. So such type of solution in which the solid get collected at the bottom of the test tube, if left undisturbed, then this will be suspension. You can take an example of syrup solution. As you have seen that in your home, when we take a medicine in the form of syrups, they are containing a solution. That solution is nothing but a suspension. Why? Because it has been written over there that shake before use. Why it is told so? Because in that solution the solute remain suspended at the bottom if left not use. Then when you will use, you will just shake that bottle of containing syrup, and then that solution becomes mixed in it. After some time again it will be suspended at the bottom. So whenever you will use, you have to just shake the bottle so that the solute get mixed in the solution solvent, and you will be getting the proper medicines. In case of chalk solution also, you can see this type of situation. How? Whenever you dissolve the chalk, that is calcium carbonate, in the water, you must have seen that the chalk particles remain undissolved, and it will be settled down at the bottom. And if you see the case of wheat or flour solution also, same thing happens. Whenever you mix the flour in the water, after some time you will be seeing that they are collecting at the bottom. So these are the some examples of suspension. Now let us discuss about colloids. Colloidal solution is also known as colloids. It is a uniform solution of two or more substances. In this, particles are relatively very small as we compared with that of solution. In this, the solution appears to be homogeneous, but it is not. Then what it is? It is heterogeneous mixture. That is why we are reading it in the heterogeneous type of mixture. You can see an example: blood, milk, cosmetics, smoke, paints, detergents, fog, starch solution, soap, leather formation. And all these examples and many more are the examples of colloids. So these solution, when you just see by your naked eyes, it appears that it is homogeneous because everything is mixed so thoroughly in it, in the solution, that they appears to be homogeneous, but they are actually heterogeneous. How to know that it is homogeneous, it is not homogeneous, and it is heterogeneous? Then for that one experiment will be there. I will tell you in the last part of this video. Now, classification of colloids can be done in two types. That means a colloid can consist of two parts, that is dispersed phase and one is dispersing medium. What are they? Dispersed phase is nothing but a discontinuous phase, and dispersing medium is a continuous phase. Now let us check what is dispersed phase in non-continuous and continuous phase. If I take an example of an emulsion, emulsion means a solution which is having two things in it. One is your water and one is oil. Whenever such type of liquids are mixed in it, then they will be known as emulsions. Now let us see what will happen if I pour water in the solution of oil. This container, you can see that this yellow part is your oil and this are the water droplets, that is H2O. Now in this container you can see that this is the solution of water in which this yellow oil droplets are there. Now how to know that which one is dispersed phase and which one is dispersing medium? Let us see. In the dispersed phase, you can easily see that this is a non-continuous phase because the water droplets are not continuously present in the oil solution. So this will be termed as dispersed phase. Now what is dispersing medium? Dispersing medium which is continuously present in the solution. So here you can see that the oil is continuously present throughout the container. So this will be water in oil type of emulsion, and in this you can see that these two parts are present in a solution. That is why it is known as an emulsion and a colloidal solution. Same here also, you can see that the water is contained in a dispersing medium, and here this oil droplets are acting as a dispersed phase because of their non-continuous or discontinuous property. So in this way you can see that this is a colloidal solution. Now let us discuss some of the types of colloids. This colloids on the basis of dispersed phase and dispersion medium are of this type of colloid and examples. Let us discuss that what happens when the dispersed phase is your solid and dispersion medium is your solid. Then solid and solid both are the phase present in a solid form. Then the type of colloid will be formed as known as solid sol. What are they? Solid sol are such colloidal solution in which you can see that the colored glasses or gemstones are the examples. Both are present in the solid form. Now what will happen if your dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is your liquid? Then sol will be formed. Sol examples, paints, cell fluids are the examples. If solid is dispersed phase and gas is in dispersion medium, then the type of colloid will be formed as aerosol. For example, smoke or dust. You can see that these are the solution. Now, if dispersed phase is your liquid and dispersion medium is solid, then gel will be formed. For example, cheese, butter, jellies, etc. If liquid is the dispersed phase and liquid is your dispersion medium, that means both are liquid. So I have told you emulsion will be formed, as we have seen that oil and water or water in oil, milk, hair cream, all these things. Now what will happen if dispersed phase is liquid while dispersion medium is your gas? Then aerosol. Aerosol is example of fog, mist, cloud, hairspray. Now, gas is a dispersed phase, whereas dispersion medium is your solid. Then again the solid sol will be formed, but the examples will be pumice stone, foam. As you have seen that the pumice stone is used to clean the skin, damaged dead part of the skin. If gas is the dispersed phase and your dispersion medium is liquid, then the type of colloid will be foam. You all have known about whipped cream, froth flotation, soap, lather, all these things. Now, let us discuss the properties of colloids. Generally, the properties of colloids has, you know, that this is an heterogeneous mixture and consists of two phases, that discontinuous phase and continuous phase. The particle size of the colloid is generally lying between 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter to 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter, or in terms of nanometer we can say that 1 to 100 nanometer. If we talk about particles of a colloid solution, it will be visible only under powerful microscope, not by naked eyes. Its solutions are quite stable, as you have seen that whenever the solution of colloids is forming, they are not settling down just like your suspension. So you can say that such kind of solution which are not, in which the solute is not getting settled at the bottom of the test tube or container, then that will be a stable solution. But what about that solution in which suspension you have seen, that will be called as unstable solution. Why? Because the solute particles after some time getting settled down at the bottom, and that is why they are known as unstable solution. Another property of a colloid is a very important property, that is it shows Brownian movement, and it has been seen by Robert Brown, scientist. He told that the movement of colloidal particles in a zigzag path, that is continuously moving in a zigzag path under an ultra microscope, that will be called as Brownian movement. Robert Brown for the first time observed that the movement of pollen grains suspended in water was in a zigzag manner. Let's see the diagram. See, in this way, this is called as the zigzag motion of the colloidal particles when suspended in the water or any solution. Why it is caused? It is caused because the one particle is actually hitting the other particles, and in this way the particles are moving in a zigzag manner. So this is the case of pollen grains in water. Now let us discuss another property. The next property is the Tindal effect. Tindal effect was given by John Tyndall. He has seen that the whenever the torch or any light source is applied on a container containing the solution of colloidal, then the path of the light is visible. You can see with the help of this diagram that when a torch, that is a source of light, is applied on this solution, that is containing pure water or copper sulfate solution or whatever the type of solution is there, that is true solution, it must be true solution. True solution is a solution, normal solution. Okay, so in this solution you can see that the path of light is not visible. Why not? And why it is visible in the colloidal solution? Why? Because in this the particle size as compared to the colloidal solution is quite small. What will happen if the particle size is very small? It will not allow the light to get through this solution. But in case of colloidal solution, as you can see, the particle size are quite large, that they will be allowing this light to scatter. Why? Because this light will just hit the particles and it will it will hit and it will pass through these spaces present between the particles, while in the case of this solution it is not done, it is not happening. That is why the path of light is not visible, and here the path of light is visible. Now you can see that it is the phenomena in which the particles in a colloid scatters the beam of light that are directed at them. So this is the case of Tyndall effect. Now let us discuss the differences between the true solution, suspension and a colloidal solution. As we have learned that the true solutions are the homogeneous type, while the colloidal solution and suspension solution we have learned in the heterogeneous solutions. Now let us discuss what are the differences between these kind of solutions. First, if we start with the property that is particle size. The particle size in case of true solutions are actually very small. It is in comparison to colloidal and suspension, they are very small, as you have just seen in the Tindal effect. So here you can say that the true solution is approximately or less than 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter or 10 to the power minus meter or 1 nanometer. While in case of colloidal solution, you can see that the particle size lies between 10 to the power minus 7 centimeter to 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter or 10 to the power minus 9 to 10 to the power minus 7 meter or 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. While in case of suspension, they are large enough. That means they are very bigger than colloidal or true solution. You can see that it is more than 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter or 10 to the power minus 7 meter or 100 nanometer. If we see the appearance, it is appeared as this kind of solution, that is true, appeared as a clear crystal transparent solution. While if you see the colloidal solution, they are somewhat translucent. And in suspension, if you see, they are opaque, not very clear. It is opaque. While the nature, if we talk, then the nature of this true solution is homogeneous, as I have told you, while the heterogeneous in case of colloidal as well as suspension. If we talk about filterability means the ability to pass through the filter paper or any animal membrane. Then you can see that in true solution, it will pass through true solution particles present in the true solution will pass through filter paper or animal membrane, while in case of colloidal solution, they are passing through the filter paper but not through the animal membrane. And in case of suspension, they cannot pass through even filter paper or animal membrane. Why? Because of the particle size it is happening. The particle size of true solution is very small. That is why they can easily filter out from the filter paper or animal membrane. While in case of colloidal solution, you can see that they are able to pass through filter paper because the pore size is somewhat big, but they will not be able to pass through animal membrane. Why? Because in animal membrane, the particles, that pore size from which it will pass through, it is very small. That is why colloidal particles cannot pass. But if you see suspension, neither in the filter paper or neither through the animal membrane they can pass because of the particle size is very large. If we talk about stability, they are stable. That means true solution are stable. As I have told you, the solution in which the solute particles do not get settled down at the bottom are called as stable solution. So here the true solution as well as colloidal solution both are found to be stable. While in case of suspension, if we talk, then they are unstable. That you have seen that they are collecting at the bottom. If we talk about visibility, you cannot see the true solution, that solute particles are visible. Under analysis, you will see the microscope. But if you see colloidal solution, they are seen in ultra microscope. And if you talk about suspension, they can be seen by naked eyes also and through microscope also. Now, last one is the property of Tindal effect. As I have told you that the true solution does not show Tindal effect. Why? Because that particle size is very small and that will not allow the light to scatter out. That is why Tindal effect is not seen in the true solution, while this Tindal effect is seen in colloidal as well as in suspension solutions. I hope you must like this video. If you like this video, then please subscribe it. Thank you.